Hey, what do whites and Nazis have in common? Let's talk about it on this episode of Concrete Reality TV. So the first thing we got to discuss is race. What does race mean? Race is simply a group of people that share a commonality. I repeat, race is just a group of people that share a commonality. What is ethnicity? Ethnicity is nothing more than the line of descent to a particular commonality for that race group. I'll repeat it again. Ethnicity is just a line of descent to that shared commonality with that race group. Racism is the dominant racial group attempting to maintain control over all aspects of society, politically, economically, and socially. So who determines the commonalities for these race groups? You guessed it, the government. Those who are in power, who are in positions of authority, they determine the qualifications for the commonalities in these race groups. So these commonalities end up becoming your ethnic ties directly to these race groups. They supersede your individualism. That's what's called nationalism. When we think of nationalism, we usually think of the German Nazis and Hitler leading the charge. No, Hitler and the Nazis learned those tricks from the best. They learned it from the United States. The United States created a racial identity behind the name white. That means that in order to become a full citizen in this new United States society, you had to qualify to be white. Whites were designated as the superior race group. They became the standard by which everyone else would want to become. These advantages came with a cost, a price. It means that they had to do something for the government in return. They had to stay loyal to the government, and they also had to protect the government as a militia. They also had to protect their own rights from those who were not white. So let's get to the German Nazis. See, the Nazis behind Hitler had pulled these plays right out of the playbook of the United States of America. They implemented the same system, nationalism, behind a dominant racial class that excluded communists, capitalists, and Jews. So the commonality between white people and Nazi people, hey, you guessed it, they were a dominant racial class, or designated as the dominant racial class.